Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Pete's Cookouts, Mission Top Dog Edition. That's what we're doing, the Mission Top Dog. We're continuing our series of hot dogs that we will be featuring on our hot dog cart when it opens up in the spring. So, this one is going to be the steak and cheese hot dog. Don't go away while I get everything ready. So, for the steak and cheese hot dog, not to be mistaken with the Philly cheesesteak hot dog, this is a steak and cheese hot dog. The difference is the steak I marinated overnight, and I'll put the ingredients in the description for this. But there's soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, garlic powder, there's black pepper, there's a little bit of chili powder in here, and all sorts of stuff. So all the ingredients will be in there. This marinated overnight. This is our steak that we'll be basically cooking, and we're gonna add some caramelized onions with that too. And our cheese that we're gonna be melting on top of all this, we're gonna have some mozzarella, we're gonna have some Havarti, and this time we're going with smaller size hot dog, just because. But don't worry, the cart will have the jumbo hot dogs. Just for the purpose of this episode, we're going to be using Schneider's Red Hot regular hot dogs, original, and yeah, they're a lot smaller. So it's just because, right? Budget wise. But you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna first, what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be dirty dogging. That's the cat. He's being nosy. Anyways, we're gonna be dirty dogging our hot dogs, so that means we're gonna be boiling them. We are going to add the water, and we are going to boil the hot dog. Alright. So, this is a little bit enough water for this. Down a little bit. So, put this on the induction. Start it up. We are going to bring this to a boil until they're ready. So while that is being done, we are going to cut some onions, and we are going to cut them really thin so it doesn't take that long for it to cook. Cutting board. So you can also cube it if you want, dice your onions. I just want to cut first layer off. This, we don't need this. I want the fresh layer underneath it. But this is how thin we're going for. Okay? I don't know if you saw that, but and we don't need tons of it too because we're only making one hot dog. So we're going to put those aside. And these are the ones that we're going to be cooking and caramelizing. So we're going to let these cook, and once they're cooked, we're going to set them aside and we're going to start cooking our steak and onions. And until then, don't go away, we'll be right back. All right, so our hot dogs are done. I'm going to just move this out of the way. I'm going to put this behind here. And now we are going to start with our onions. We're going to caramelize our onions. We're going to make them translucent, then we're going to throw in our steak. I have here a little pile of Havarti and a little pile of mozzarella that we're going to be covering afterwards. So, in order to start, heat up the pan. We are going to put some oil and butter in the pan because both of them kind of like counteract each other to prevent them from burning. the butter here. Going. Alright, so now we're going to throw in our onions. Now we're going to bring down the heat. Because we don't want to burn them, we just want to caramelize them. So we're going to let this thing do its thing, and once it's caramelized, we'll be back and we'll begin to be throwing in our steak, cooking our steak, and then we start to build. I'll go away. So the onions are cooked. We're gonna put them aside because I don't want them to be overcooked. So we're gonna take them out, put a little bowl, and we're going to start cooking our beef, our steak. Goes in there, put aside. Let's put our steak in there. Get that going. Bring our heat up. And we dump that in there. Now this will not take too long to cook because it is very, very thin sliced. As you can tell, these are like tiny little pieces. So you just want to get them cooked through. You don't want them burnt. You don't want them too tough. You want them to be tender. So again, this is not a Philly cheesesteak. It is a steak and cheese dog. So it's not the same preparation for the steak itself. It's basically marinated steak that we're cooking, and we're adding onions to it, and we're going to put some cheese on top of it, and then dress it over a hot dog. Now we are going to bring this little pan here. We're going to actually let it evaporate a little bit. Afterwards, we're going to make two little portions, and then we're going to add our cheese on top. We're going to add our onions, and then we are going to build. But before we do that, you know what? I'm just going to toast my buns first. So I will take this beef out for now. And what that's going to do, we're doing this as we go. So it's not prep, we're prepared in advance. Take our steak out. So all this juice, all this beefy goodness that's in the pan right now, we're going to absorb it into the bun, because we're going to cook our buns. So I'm just going to bring the heat down. There. Throw our buns in here. Right on top of that stuff. We are going to give them a little toasting with all of the marinade that was in the beef. So that flavor is going to transfer to the bun itself, which is, you know what? On the hot dog cart, I'm not going to have a barbecue per se. So there's going to be the Dirty Dog water container, the heat container, where the hot dogs are going to be heated up. And I'm also going to have a griddle instead of a barbecue. I prefer the griddle so I can do these kinds of things a lot easier on the spot. So now that we have nicely grilled bun, all that juicy flavor, for the marinade, we're going to set that aside. Bring this down a little bit. And now we're going to put our beef and our onions. We're going to separate. We're going to make 2 little batches. That makes a season here. That. And we are going to add our onions to this. That. A little bit of mozzarella on that one. A little bit of Havarti on top of that. Do the same with the other one. That. Now, put a lid on top of this to help the cheese melt. And then we build. Yeah. So you notice they're tiny compared to the other ones. Like I said, this is just for the purpose of the show. Alright. These are melting nicely. Alright, let's take one out. That. There we have our steak and cheese hot dog. Not our Philly cheese steak, but our steak and cheese hot dog. Pretty cool, huh? Mm-hmm. So, you can either have it like that, and I'm going to have another version where I'm going to do just like that, but I'm also going to have another one with barbecue sauce on it. Just add it to it. See what happens. So don't go away. I'm going to clean this up and I'll be right back for the taste test. Okay guys, so we're back and now time for the taste test. I'm going to try the first one, the original one, which is a steak and cheese dog, which is this one here. I'm going to take a bite of this guy. And I want everything in there, so push this a little bit like that. Mm-hmm. Very good. Mm-hmm. Because the steak was cut against the grain and really thin, it's very tender. And it was marinated overnight, and and there was some lemon juice also in the marinade, so it actually tenderizes it. So it's very, very tender. Very good. Something for you guys to try when you come to the hot dog stand. So next one, I added some barbecue sauce to it, just to add some kind of like condiment, because in case it was dry, but it wasn't. It's not actually. I added some barbecue sauce just to take a look, just to see the difference. So I'm going to take a bite of this with everything in it. That actually is even better.
What makes it different?
The tanginess of the barbecue sauce.
Okay.
And it makes it even more moist.
Mm-hmm.
So guys, those are the two hot dogs. We have steak and cheese hot dog and the steak and cheese with barbecue sauce. You will be able to find them both on the cart. Please feel free and don't be afraid to look us up where we're going to be. We are going to advertise it on social media. So until then, till we're up and ready, just keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and I'll see you next week for another episode. Thanks for watching.